This exercise is pinky farmer's carry. Let me explain the concept of it, and then I can tell you what type of objects you might be able to use. But please follow your exercise prescription for this movement. As you can see, Josh is holding 2-pound weights. They may seem very light, but I might even start someone off with something lighter than a 1-pound weight, because this is a very challenging exercise. So in general, for this concept, we want the pinky and the thumb to be holding on to a weight so that we're only exercising its particular muscle. There's a muscle that attaches to the smallest digit, the pinky, that helps with flexion and with holding on to objects. This is a very important muscle for grip strength because it fails the first, because it's usually the weakest link. So Josh is going to move his arm up towards the camera so you can kind of see he is grasping the weight in between his pinky and his thumb, and he's already shaking. Be very careful with this exercise because you may feel at first that you actually have to sit at a table and not walk. I may prescribe that for you if it is too challenging to walk with it, because you may feel the need to do it one hand at a time, so that way if you do fail, you can catch the weight. And that's why it's important to use a very light weight in the beginning, because you want to be able to catch it if needed, or put it over a pillow so that it can drop on a pillow. That has happened to me. I have failed and had to drop it onto the weight bench because it just slips right out of my hand because I'm too weak with it. So that's why it's a great exercise. So Josh is going to be demonstrating it in both hands, and I'm only going to have the demonstration last for 15 to 20 seconds because to get started with it, it is very challenging. Please follow your exercise prescription for your movement because you may need a regression or something that is a little bit harder depending on your capabilities and your fitness level. If you don't have something light like a 2-pound or a 1-pound dumbbell lying around your home, which some people don't, you can use a stick of butter. You can use a paperback book. If you use a paperback book or a pamphlet, for some people that would need something very light, it would look like this when you're holding. You can use many different light objects, even a game dice you can hold to get started if you really have some poor pinky grip strength. Either way, follow your exercise prescription for this movement. Josh will go ahead and demonstrate. All right, getting ready, 20 seconds on, and go. He's just gonna walk in the best posture he can, but he's holding it with his pinky and his thumb. And you can go a shorter distance back and forth just so that they can really see how you're holding it. He's holding it out to his sides. He's doing great walking this. Probably getting a bit harder. He's probably feeling it. Good, and you're done. That was about 20 seconds on. This is why I suggest, and I may prescribe for you, especially if you're starting, one hand at a time. So that way when you're done, you can catch it and you can hold it instead of having to use your legs. You will be able to progress to do it at the same time, but please follow your exercise prescription for this movement. All right, you ready? Pinky's farmer's carry, 20 seconds on. Be mindful, you may need to do it one hand at a time, or you can do it both. Getting started, 3, 2, 1, go. 20 seconds on. You're just walking normally. If you're doing this one-handed, try not to cheat and try not to hold your arm in the other hand. I've done that myself. Just do the best you can. If you have to let it go and put it on the ground, always stop. Just be safe. Don't drop it on your foot. Even if it's 1 pound, it's still not fun. And you're done. Great job on that exercise.